The law of diminishing returns. Returns are profits. Profit margins can be optimized to increase quantity outputs. It is a good idea to do this when a business has marginal costs less than marginal revenue. The formula for marginal revenue can be expressed as the change in revenue over the change in quantity over time. Change in total revenue is the market price minus the market production costs. When we compare these values over time, we see the market trends, or the change in total revenue. Optimization in the factors of production will over time change the quantities in production. When we compare this, we can see the difference or the change in quantity. The margin of return is the profit a company makes per unit of goods sold. The law of diminishing returns is the theory that there is some optimal level where the adding of additional factors of production no longer gains additional profits. This is the place where adding more workforce or equipment has increased the production, but the revenue from the extra products does not exceed the extra expenses. A firm controlling the factors of production might optimize their quantity yields in multiple ways. Location, labor, and equipment can all be manipulated, especially on the international market, for their greatest yields, but eventually the law of diminishing returns asserts itself. For this example, I use two industries as a comparison, or rather two products as a comparison: agricultural products versus diamonds. In the agricultural model, we see that the law of diminishing returns has immediate effect. We could increase fertilizer use to increase yields to a point and hire more workers to bring in the crops. However, the crop yield is finite despite fertilizers. If we bring in too many workers, we no longer benefit in additional profits. The firm does well until marginal revenue equals marginal costs. In this table, laborers produce 10 products per hour until there are greater than 5 employees. Market price often decreases as quantity is increased. Profits may decline due to increase in production or surplus, or the production efficiency of each employee falls as the unit of employees crammed into less real estate. Even if the demand is elastic, eventually our total revenue falls due to an increase in cost in production labors. Following the law of diminishing returns. In the diamond model, we use De Beers as an example. If a company can control enough of the factors of production, they can maximize their profits indefinitely. De Beers was a group of diamond miners who began to control the emerging industry through land regulation and access to equipment. Controlling the factors of production allowed the few players to corner the market and gain a monopoly. This non-competitive market allows the companies to bypass the real-world market models, such as the law of diminishing returns, because the market supply can be restricted. Restricting the market, manufacturing scarcity, allowed the De Beers company to charge more for their products over the long run. Though the surplus in diamond quantity should have created a decrease in price, the non-competitive market, the monopoly, allowed the sellers to keep the price at the market's maximum despite the changes in the economy.